right now, I started a novel um, uh, 20 years ago that included kind of an autobiographical fictional thing. I think all first novels are autobiographical to an extent. Because I took a writing course. I was an English teacher and I do copy and I've written for the newspaper and everyone has a flow. I mean, my son's flow was on a basketball court. He's still, he's a basketball coach after he played. And my flow is when I'm writing. That's my outlet. That's some people run. My catharsis is writing. So recently, I've gone back to writing that. I remember when I was taking the course the first time and I was telling him the things that had happened in my life, our life. Because I was writing these chapters and he was like, where do you get this stuff? I'm like, it's happened to me. And he's like, you can't make up better than this. Just write it. Just write it, put it in a novel and write it. So I've gotten kind of re-inspired to do that. And I think writing it all down helps me a lot. Especially if I do it like fictionally. So I'm writing about somebody named Beth and Frank going through this, not Marshall and Nancy. So also during this time, I was on they built a new cancer center at the hospital. So I was on the Kellogg Cancer Board for a long time. And that was great for perspective because the people on that board were from all walks of life, all different types of cancer. And it was caregivers and people who had lost children, people who had survivors, and people that were survivors. And then, we'd go to meetings and we would lose people. So for me, those things aren't as sad as they are. You're able to support other people going through similar situations. And also, there's always a worse story than yours. It's just like, I was thinking this morning about the time I've spent on the floors where people are recovering from brain surgery. I think that's the loneliest I ever feel. Because, and I feel lonely, and then I also feel grateful because you pass doors of things you just don't want to imagine. Not everybody's surgeries go like Stanton's have, because Staunton was in a foul humor and had a terrible headache. And so it's just like, I'll let you be by yourself for a little while. And I walked out and I was looking out at the everything's a hill in San Francisco. And there was a really pretty view out this window. And I was standing there staring, and this man walked up beside me and he said, my son just had surgery. And I said, yes, so did mine. I said, how did yours go? And he said, it was benign. I said, oh, that's so good. He said, but he's blind and he's an architect. And I remember thinking, what's the expression? If you want God to laugh, make plans, or something like that. It's he got good news and bad, good news and the worst news. It's just that I remember talking to people in the waiting rooms, and very different stories and all difficult. Brains are daunting. They are a lot of who you are and how your body functions.